What's on YouTube? It's PTT coming at you with another Division video. Today's video, guys, I want to be taking a look at my personal Reclaimer gear set and talking a little bit why I feel this is the best set to be running in PvP, even if you run it on multiple teammates and you have more than one in the team. So before we go too much further then, I want to give a massive shout out to Albrigatti, Call Me Mr. B and the Goblin 123. I was playing with these guys yesterday for hours in the underground, and I've got to be honest, it was the most fun I have had in an underground session in a long time. We were running heroic multi-phases and we were ripping through enemy like there were just nothing at all, okay? 3 Reclaimers is what we were running with. So we were having incendiary bullets, explosive bullets and water pots, and I tell you guys, it makes heroic so easy, it just became a bit of a joke. So without further ado then, let's jump on over to my character. We'll take a look at how I've got my gear set up, the stats that come with it. Then we'll jump back to a little bit more gameplay as I talk a little bit more about why I feel this is such a strong PvE setup. Alright guys, here we are. Let's take a look at the character. So obviously, as you can see straight up then, I am running 4-piece Reclaimers with 2-piece final measure in the mask and holster slot. You can see at the top of the screen on the stats, 164,000 DPS, 415,000 toughness with 32,000 skill power. And guys, if you've been around the channel a while, you will know that is the highest skill power I've ever had by far. My former build, my striker build, only gave me like 5,000 skill power with 500 electronics. I am loving this setup so much that I really start to see with this build why people love a skill build so much. As you can see though, my firearms are a little bit low, and again, if you've been around the channel a while, you will probably wonder why, when all of my builds have centered around firearms, I have it so low. And that is, I made a very unfortunate mistake with my backpack. So if we look at that first, before we move on to the other gear, you will see my backpack is on electronics, and I've put a firearms mod on it, with the major attributes being skill power. Now, the skill power add-on in the major attributes is new. The Reclaimer's backpack was one of the first pieces that I got, and I really needed to increase my armor, so I actually rolled major attribute with armor on, meaning I couldn't change it from electronics to firearms, which is what I want to do. If you see that I have a Lone Star backpack here, and I equip, well, I won't equip it, but you can see that the firearms rating actually goes up to 2,934, increasing my DPS. Also puts my toughness up, drops my skill power down to 26,105. That's fine, I could live with 26,000 skill if I can get my DPS up. That is the only thing I really need to change about this build, guys. I need a new Reclaimer backpack to kind of make up the mistake that I made when I re-rolled it. But that aside, let's carry on taking a look at the character. So we'll start with the chest piece. We'll start at the top. My chest piece is really, really cool. It's sitting at 889 stamina with 155 electronics. It has 10% damage to elite, 684 armor, increased kill XP. I'm not too fussed about it. If I could have rolled that out for something, I would. But the really important thing, and the only piece of gear that really has anything related to this on it, is the skill attribute plus support station range. Now, this is really, really cool. You guys will know, if you've seen any of the live streams lately, I have fallen in love with the ammo cache and the support station as a whole. This is really due to the underground and directives like sickness. You really need to have support stations on to keep the heal going so that people don't wipe and things like that. I'm loving it. I would love to have support station on all of my skill attributes, but that's not the case so far. But I'm sure I will get there with some fine tuning. My final measure master, I actually have 2 of these. I have a 268 version and I have a 240 version, which I am currently running. So my 240 version is sitting at 643 on the stamina, 161 firearms. It has skill power, scavenging, and as you can see on the skill attributes, smart cover duration. Again, if I could get something to do with all the skill attributes being around support station or first aid self-heal, it would be ideal. So I'm still on the hunt to kind of fine-tune this setup, but I'm very happy with it the way it is at the moment. My Reclaimer knee pads then are sitting at 688 on the stamina. Major attributes are on armor with shock resistance, burn resistance, disorientate resistance, and again the skill attribute is kind of wasted because it's ballistic shield damage resilience. Again, you guys know, as I've said enough, if I could roll that out I would, but I've rolled other stats. My gloves then, what are we looking at for my gloves? Well, I'm sitting at 633 on the firearms with assault rifle damage, health on kill, and damage to elites with sticky bomb damage. I actually like the health on kill. We'll talk about that a little bit. I have a video in mind on a build centered around health on kill. I love it. 13% may not seem a lot, but when you're running in the underground and you're on heroic and you are getting kills, you do notice the health on kill coming. I also have it on one of my weapons as well, so I actually get a good chunk of health back when I kill things, and I really do like it. But that is for another video. And finally then, my final measure holster: 739 on the firearms, 752 on the stamina, 725 on the electronics. Really god rolled holster for the final measure, and I haven't even rolled this thing yet. Major attributes plus 9% skill haste, and skill attributes pulse critical hit damage. That's what I'm going to try and roll out. I'm going to try and roll something to do with support station on the holster, and that will kind of be god rolled for this setup. So all of that taken into account, guys, what does it mean for my stats then? My critical crit chance is very low, 1.5%, but I run with guys that have stupidly high tacticians builds, and they increase the critical hit chance with their pulse. Critical hit damage is at 25%, not too bad. Headshot damage plus 100%, really happy with that. As we go on down, then you can see, like I said, the 674 assault rifle damage bonus is really cool. I'm still in love with assault rifles, even with the nerf that came to G36. I still think it is very powerful. Damage to elites plus 22%, health on kill plus 13%. Now if I could get the health on kill up, it would be ideal. Enemy armor damage is plus 21%, threat plus 0%, not too worried about that. Skill power then, as you can see, the plus 9 skill haste, really cool. On a skill build as well, with the skill power being so high, I get my skills back so quickly. I really do love it, guys. I can't emphasize how much. I am going to bring you guys a video on a skill build. Now I've actually got one-ish. When it's fine-tuned, I'm looking forward to bringing you a video showing you just how powerful a skill setup can indeed be. No signature skill resource gain. I would love to get some of that because I like popping my ult quite often. Toughness-wise then, 415,000. That actually gives me 105,000 maximum health. I'd like to get this a little bit higher if I could, maybe sit around the 150 mark, but again, that's going to take some fine tuning. The armor cap, I'm not quite there, 74.71%, but to be honest, I don't really notice that I haven't hit that armor cap because of the heals that I have, constantly being able to pop them, running a support station as well. I'm really not fussed whether I make that last little bit up to hit the 75% or not. Protection from elites is currently sitting at 0. Now I would, again, on the fine tuning side of it, like to get some protection from elites as well. That will indeed help with my survivability, but again, I'm not too fussed if I don't get it. 56% exotic damage resilience thanks to the final measure, and I have 2 pieces on mods that give me plus 3%. That's why I've got the 56%. Burn resistance, disorientate resistance, disrupt resistance, shock resistance. Obviously these all come from knee pads and things. Quite like them. The shock resistance is very useful. The disrupt resistance is also very good, especially when you're running things like special forces in the underground. Disorientate, I've used it a few times, you do notice it again, and obviously the burn resistance alongside the final measure really helps when coming up against the cleaners. Now I'm going to pull up some gameplay here, guys, so you can carry on seeing the Reclaimer set in action as I talk about why I feel this is such an amazing gear set, why I think that it's the gear set everyone should choose, why I think it is kind of the most powerful set for PvE in the way the game is now. So, we're all very well aware that the PvE situation at the moment means that the NPCs have crazy armor, crazy health, and have become complete bullet sponges. As I said at the beginning, I was running with the guys yesterday, and we had 3 Reclaimers and 1 Sentries, and we were melting things so quickly because we were able to stack incendiary bullets, explosive bullets, and water. Now, one of the guys actually had his character set up with like 56,000 skill power. He was running Pulse and Smart Cover. I was running the support station. We had a immunizer as well. There were a couple of other bits rolling around. I think we had a flashbang sticky bomb. Teamed up with the Reclaimers, guys, we had such good crowd control and such good overall damage. We just managed to melt through things. Now, I haven't actually tested this set in the PvP side of things, and I'm probably not going to, just because I don't like the Dark Zone in the way it is at the moment. But on the PvE side of things, this gear set is just so powerful, guys. It really is, okay? The ability to stack the crowd control with this gear set is second to none. Even a tactician's build, in my opinion, cannot match what the Reclaimer gear set can do, especially if you have multiple sets on the team, so more than one person running it, because you get to stack everything on top of each other. I don't know what you guys think or feel about this. Indeed, let me know in the comment section down below. I think it'll be a really good talking point to get your opinions on the Reclaimer gear set. Personally, me, I love it. The guys I run with love it as well. Weege is running his sentries and he loves it because he's just doing some insane damage as well when I put my consumables on, combined with his sentry stacks. Guys, it's just amazing. You can see from the gameplay yourself, we make these NPCs look like they're just nothing. We go through them so easily. It's amazing, alright? If you like the video, guys, give me a thumbs up. Let me know any comments you have in the section down below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe because there are plenty more Division videos coming your way. And as always, agents, thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, I'll catch you all soon.